Okay, so this is going to be kind of a shorter video about this laptop right here. It's very big. It's a 17-inch laptop and it's old. It's from 2009. And while the lid might not look the prettiest, definitely inside this is a very clean laptop. So why did I buy this laptop? Well, I bought this laptop because it has a little bit of a nostalgia feel to me because a family member used to have this pretty much exact laptop, with pretty much similar specs and whatnot. And I saw one for sale on eBay, and I was like, well, even though the lid isn't in the prettiest condition, I inflicted that. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it's actually a pretty clean system, if you disregard the lid. Now, this is the Dell Studio 1745, and it's actually a pretty insane laptop. So, the reason the lid is like this, it has this rubbery type of deal that over time tends to get sticky. You can see I tried cleaning it with rubbing alcohol, and I got a few places here where it cleaned up okay. And then here I tried scraping it. I thought I could scrape it off, but then I just scraped into the coating of the lid. So I don't really know how to clean this. I've thought about lighter fluid because I know lighter fluid gets sticky stuff off real easy. If you have an idea, feel free to let me know. But this is a huge laptop. 17 inches. Now I/O is actually pretty good. We got Ethernet, VGA, DisplayPort, HDMI, an eSATA port, and then there's this slot that comes with this little, I don't know, like protective cover thing. I think it's for some Dell proprietary stuff. There's an antenna mount, which is crazy. And then we have one microphone and two headphone jacks over here. And on the other side, we have, I'm not particularly sure what these two ports are over here. You let me know in the comments below. Two USBs, they're 2.0, a disk drive, your barrel connector, and your power button, which is mounted on the lid hinge, which is an interesting design. So, I think this was a pretty good find, personally, because first of all, this particular model is hard to find. Second of all, the inside is just flawless. I mean, if you got real close, you could see micro scratches on here. But the keyboard is very clean. There's a little bit of marks from where I wiped it down. But overall, the keyboard is very clean. So is all this shiny plastic. It's really actually clean, is what I'm saying. Minus the lid, which, I'm trying to find a solution for that. So, what we should do is power it up, show you what it runs, what it's kind of installed, and it does have Windows 7 on it. I already verified. Now here's what baffles me. So there's this badge here that says Intel Centrino inside, which my relative's laptop had the same sticker. But if we go in here, it will show us a Core 2 Duo. Now, take in mind, this laptop is from 2009, so I'm not particularly sure if they had a different branding and that's actually what it was called. I'm not totally sure, but you know what we should do? Fire it up and show you what it's got. So you can see there is the loading screen. And I think one of the big selling points of this particular laptop was the crazy speakers that were inside of it. Because I remember when I was using my relative's computer at the time that was like this, it had really good sound. Which, that type of era had definitely a lot of, competition between JBL and Beats Audio trying to put amazing speakers inside huge laptops. So you can see that we're booting into Windows 7 here. I apologize if the air conditioner's kind of swamping some of the sound. So it does have Home Premium. And we're not getting Windows 7 Pro or anything, or Enterprise or something. Even though I think this laptop was for more of a pro user, I don't think it was coming with Windows 7 Pro. I apologize for all the hair that's sticking to the lid here. That just happens with that rubbery stuff when it goes sticky. So this is how it was shipped to me. I did nothing to it, right? Except try to clean it up and then accidentally scratch the lid. That's a different story. So I haven't connected to internet or anything. I just played around to see what was on it. And it seems like somebody cleaned it up somewhat okay, but one of the things that I couldn't understand was if we go to computer here, you can see we have a 500 gig hard drive. You might be able to see that on the screen. Actually, let me see if I could set this up a little better. I'll be right back. Okay, so I lowered the tripod to try to get it looking straight at the screen. So you can see it says 451 gigs. That means it's a 500 gig hard drive. But 272 gigs is free. Now, Windows 7 wasn't as complicated as something like Windows 11. So, why over half of the hard drive is being used, or close to half being used, I could not tell you, because, I won't show anything that would be personal, but I've checked around and I don't really see anything that would indicate that there's something on here. I mean, there's no music, there's no pictures, there's just really nothing that says, hey, I'm going to use 200 gigs. Like, you can see some of the apps over here. We have Google Earth Pro, we have iTunes, QuickTime Player, Trend, Micro, Maximum, something, Security. It's probably a McAfee and Norton wannabe. And, these are pretty, standard things to come with your laptop. I don't know about Purple Place. I never heard of it. Power DVD DX. I don't think that's something that would have came with it stock. Microsoft PowerPoint Viewer 2007. Like, these aren't like super storage hungry intensive software, so I don't know what could be taking up the storage. I mean, there seems to be kind of some junk in here, like whatever. I was just clicking on link to Nikon, probably something for camera, whatever this OVT folder is. A lot of this I think is just junk, to be honest, stuff that you wouldn't put on your computer normally. Pixel A, or however you say that. Like, I don't think this is, stuff that would take up a lot of storage. So why is only 272 gigs free? I'm not particularly sure. But we can see that it has 4 gigs of memory and an Intel Core 2 Duo T6600. So, pretty reasonable specs for a 2009 laptop. Nowadays, it's probably not going to run that great. I'm going to leave it on Windows 7, first of all. Or at least I'll keep the drive on Windows 7. And maybe I'll put in a drive to upgrade it to Windows 10 and maybe even 11 if that's possible. I don't think it is because of the compatibility issues, but we could always try. I guess I haven't tested, like, the webcam or something, but I'm sure it works, and it's probably pretty awful, but, this is a pretty nice screen. It's not, a nice screen, but, for a 2009 laptop, it's nice, and I think, I'm not totally sure, but I would assume it's probably, like, 1368 by 768. I don't think we would have 1080p screen on here. See resolution 1600 by 1900, so it is over 720p, but of course it's not no 1080p screen, so it's actually higher than the 1280 by 720, which is good, you know, and you can definitely see that. So anyway, I just wanted to give kind of a quick video of, you know, how nice this laptop, at least on the inside, condition wise is. And yeah, we'll have to tinker around with this some more in another video to see maybe some of the things that are on it, if there's anything really on it, and we'll have to maybe try to install some new Windows on it. So that's a project for later. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.